Oh, crap! You sadistic bitch! Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Kid Icarus Uprising for the Nintendo 3DS. Last time we did Magnus and the Dark Lord, Chapter 2, and now it's time for number 3, Heads of the Hewdraw. So, I switched from my Samurai Blade, that again was my melee weapon that I use a lot on online mode, and I decided I would go with a palm, specifically the Aurum palm. Now, you don't know what the Aurum are yet, but just pretend. The reason I used it is just because there's a really big overall defense bonus to it. The offense is negligible, but I find that I liked having a mix between melee and range potential, so that really puts you at two possibilities, blade or palm, and I used a blade last chapter, so I figured I'd use a palm. Oh no, it's a Metroid! I'm sorry, a Kamado. I literally think that because Kid Icarus and Metroid were made around the same time, that they were just sort of shared enemies here and there. Nintendo did that a lot. They would use Mario enemies in Zelda games and things like that. It's a little more defined now. Hewdraw?
Like this guy?
And there's me putting the little Hewdraw 8-bit sprite there. He's gotten a wee bit bigger since last time.
That's harsh.
Yeah. The comedy was sort of rising in Chapter 2, and it's just full on this chapter, and pretty much onwards. So, and here we have the Marx Brothers. I'm sorry, Hewdraw. 3 Hewdraw heads arguing with each other. You can get a little bit of a point bonus if you run on Hewdraw's back.
It's snack time. What a tender little morsel.
I am not a piece of meat.
What did you say? Technically, you are.
I'm not sure if I should equate this to the Marx Brothers or the Three Stooges. It's one of the classic elements of comedy. Anyways, the big gimmick behind Hewdraw, and a lot of people have commented, or at least messaged me, in regards to why my fight against Hewdraw at the end is a little bit different than theirs. The reason is that the Hewdraw heads that you kill in a certain order are the ones that... The first Hewdraw head you kill is actually the final boss of the chapter. So in that case, I killed the middle head, so that's the one who sounds a little more sophisticated. I leave the low-pitch one last, and he's the one who just dies in the air battle, and the other one just becomes the head of Hewdraw in the middle of the chapter. So, you may not have the same results that I do, it's just purely cosmetic. But, if you actually do fight that one last, I think he says something like, "Thank you, I'm finally free from my brothers," or something like that. The delivery on all 3 Hewdraw heads is fantastic, though. So that puts us to the closing portion of the air battle. Not a whole lot left, but... Better turn upwards. Pull up, pull up. Okay. I really like the 8-bit sound effect that the Aurum palm makes. Like an old-fashioned, like, Gradius game or something like that. I'm getting my ass kicked by projectiles. I'm not doing enough barrel rolls. Ugh. There, I said it. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. G-force in my face! Oh, well. I won't miss it next time. into town we go. And thus closes the air battle. Prepare for land battle, Pit. And by that, of course, I mean doing land battle in that burning town, it's called. They really don't have very original names for their land areas.
People have all gone into hiding.
But the music here is pretty good.
They could be anywhere. We need to stop them before they wreak even more havoc. As you search for them, take out any underworld troops that cross your path.
And you can, that's literally just for points purposes, you could literally just go through and
You know the drill. Keep your eyes peeled for enemies.
skip every enemy that you can. Some areas will have walls that you have to.
That way goes back to where you started.
This intensity gate leads to a treasure chest.
Fortune smiles upon you.
Treasure chest and a souffle for extra hearts.
Can really turn a profit.
Now the contents of that treasure chest, if I'm not mistaken, are quite a bit better than the intensity you're playing on.
Stop it from getting away.
Like I'm playing on intensity 7.0 and I get like a 270 weapon, 270 level weapon from that chest. And the rest of the loot is like 240. So it seems that it's a couple levels higher in terms of its rewards. I can only imagine it gives you like a level 300 plus weapon in 9.0.
Down Komatos.
Yes! Komatos. Totally not Metroids. There is no Ice Beam here. Here's a little bit of added dialogue if you go down here. I'm not really sure if there's anything down that hole. Looks like there might be, but
In there.
Get up, fall down. Get up, fall down.
fight
in
in
the
the air, fight on the ground.
It's the story of your life, isn't it?
Peaks and valleys, highs and lows. Pick your friends.
Not your nose. Very, very good dialogue. Very good writing. Very good delivery by the voice actors. I mean, this is, a game that Nintendo actually hired a competent voice cast. Or at least a voice cast that does more than grunts or something like that. And I applaud that. I sort of wish Zelda would have that, but, I'm not gonna open that can of worms again. Don't get poisoned! The only problem with this Aurum Palm, again, is the fact that there's not quite enough punch behind any of its strikes, melee or ranged. I'm trying to get a decent single-player weapon.
Great.
It's a little difficult, though. Oh, poison! Oh, that had to suck. Poison twice! Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Alas. Pick the key up for some cage match I'm about to have. Some kind of mistake! I didn't sign up for a cage match!
Came out of nowhere.
You're
And
going
there
to need
is the
help
Hewdraw
with
head.
attacks like that. Go to the courtyard ahead and I'll grant you a gift.
Really? That'd be great.
Oh, Pit, if only you knew.
That's an underworld moringa.
I can't take my eyes off it.
Its bewitching dance moves really grab your attention and hold on to it.
I don't know how I got hit by that. The projectiles from this even look 8-bit. It's ridiculous. It's the only Aurum weapon I've used so far. I'm curious if the other ones...
All right then.
Did you give me some lovin'? No.
Just happened?
Do you like
Oh,
the gift?
crap!
Monster pheromone. Monsters just love the smell of it. And now it's all over you.
You sadistic bitch!
Trying to kill me?
Did you do something with your hair? You're
I
so
gelled it.
totally
Thank you very
terribly
much.
attractive.
Luckily, the pheromone only attracted
I've never yet had this Hewdraw head be the one that's at the end of the chapter.
Still went through with it? I would have been finished for sure.
I'm gonna have to try that sometime, see what he says. Oh, take that, you fuck! I'm sorry, not yet.
Using the monster pheromone in the future.
I would hope not.
What I mean is that I won't need to use
I
it.
have a little dent in my health. And you know what the perfect the perfect way to counteract a dent in your health? Bonus treats! Got a slice of pie, a burger, and a chocolate bar.
Looks like your wings are losing feathers, Pit.
I didn't notice.
Uh,
I guess you're right.
I wonder if
Oh,
your
no.
wings are going bald.
Going bald! How can wings go bald?
Sort of
The delivery on that is just amazing. It's not even that funny of a line, but she's such a talented voice actress that she can turn that into making her seem concerned that his wings are actually balding. I like that. Lighthearted game with really funny lines delivered by really competent voice actors. It's a rarity amongst Nintendo.
Keep moving forward. Watch out, those shrooms give off a toxic cloud when they expire. Shoot them from a distance or melee them to avoid getting poisoned.
Oh noes, another Kamado. Totally not a Metroid.
The other Hewdraw head is regenerated.
There will be something of an explanation for that. It's not going to be until like chapter 22, but... Or is it 21? I forget. It's 21. That's not for a while now, so just keep that in mind for future episodes. Bonus treat and bonus hearts. None of these actually really help until you're like on intensity 8.0 and up is where it really starts to get ridiculous for your heart multiplier.
That's right. My ambush. You're going down, monsters.
Wow. Could you sound any more badass, Pit? Or at least try to sound more like a badass? I don't know. That's actually something that Palutena is going to say to Pit. And I'm not sure what chapter it is, but she basically mentions how whenever you die, Pit always is like, I'm finished. And she'd be like, remember how you were always used to say, I'd be like, I'm finished all the time. You actually sound brave now. I still say that a lot. Stop showboating and kill the bastard! There we go. And the chapter's winding down. Got just a small little walkway to go before we get to the boss. This chapter actually isn't quite as eventful as the next one. At least not to me. The next one's a headache and a half, especially since I keep trying to do it on 9.0. I can't do it. I die at the end. So I'm not going to do the next one on 9.0. Might do it on 7, but...
So you finished off the others, eh?
You know it.
Then you've saved the best for last. Let's get down to business.
Wow, that actually sounded pretty damn intimidating.
Attacks are very powerful. Look for openings to use them. But don't do a forward dash attack when a fire.
That's right. Keep dancing into the bubbles, you nitwit. Avoid the flame, but the bubbles, nope. I gotta tell you guys, I'm not quite sure. I think a lot of people think that the Hewdraw head that I'm fighting right now is the original Hewdraw based on what he says at the end of the chapter. But the smackdown on his candy ass. I'm sorry, this isn't wrestling. Is The Rock really the one who coined that term? I don't think he is. And I haven't mentioned it until now because I thought it'd be common sense, but enemies actually do have weak spots. It's almost always their head, so if you can shoot them there, you'll do a little bit more damage. It really doesn't make much of a difference until the later difficulties when you're really scrambling to do as much damage as possible. So, just something to keep in mind as I get my brain scrambled by missiles. And I'm sitting here fumbling on my touchscreen trying to do my explosive flame attack. I missed out on a couple of seconds of possible attacks, and I miss again! It's a shave and a haircut with an arm palm blast. 2 bits! No. I'm really not sure how to avoid that missile attack. I think maybe you just have to dash. Whatever. Down goes Hewdraw! Take that, you fuck! For real this time.
come, Pit. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, he's probably the original Hewdraw.
Huh. You don't usually meet such nice bosses.
Let's get you back.
No, but in a game that breaks the fourth wall so goddamn much, I'm not surprised. Anyways, this has been The Heads of the Hewdraw, Chapter 3. Join me next time for a march in the Grim Reaper Valley. See you guys next time. Have a good day, everybody.